This is the Secure Family Podcast. Welcome, friend. I'm Andy Murphy, the host and the founder of The Secure Dad. This show is all about empowering parents to protect themselves and their family. I believe that security is the foundation of happiness, and I want your family to be safe and happy. The information I share on this podcast is for general information purposes only. My goal is to empower you to make safer decisions for yourself and your family, because our safety is our own responsibility. Today on the show, I'm going to talk about a topic that we've probably all thought about before, makes us a little bit uncomfortable, and that is how people can stalk us through social media. All of that and more coming up on the Secure Family Podcast. Social media has become an almost essential part of our daily lives. We go to X for breaking news, TikTok for silly videos, and Facebook to cringe at what pops up in our memories. Somewhere along the way, we have all felt like we've had to live some of our lives on a social media platform. And if you're one of the strong, brave people who are not on social media at all, you are good. Stay away. Don't give in to peer pressure. But for the rest of us, social media has become a way of life for us and now our kids too. However, people can cross boundaries with us and transition from the digital world into our real world in very unsettling ways. Influencers are moving and hiding where they live because someone showed up at their apartment. Family vloggers are being harassed in public and at home because somebody gave out their address. And politicians are being doxxed, which means their personal data like name, address, and phone number has been published online by people who have ill intent for them. While influencers expect to have some type of problem like this, it is not only for them. This is for us, too. Yes, normal people like us need to be prepared for unwanted attention from social media. There are some simple methods that we can use to keep ourselves safe, and once you know what they are, they really truly become second nature. But the issue is that influencers have a way larger audience than you and me. They can have millions of followers, and 95% of those followers are nice, supportive people. Then there are some trolls, and then there are the real problems. But the more eyes you have on you, the greater the risk is that someone will cross that line and try to stalk you or harm you. And if you are an attractive female on social media, those chances increase. Is that fair? No. Is that reality? Yes. One of my favorite people on social media is Justin Danger Nunley. He's the guy who cuts into videos and makes a quick joke and says, "Listen," and then gives you some random fact. On TikTok, he has 9.1 million followers. On Instagram, he has 3.7 million followers. So he has more than you and me, combined, times a million. He's done collaborations with celebrities and some really cool brands. He's even done some funny stuff for NASCAR. And he just retired from the Air Force. Over the last few years, I've watched probably 1,000 of his videos, but 2 really stand out to me. In 2 separate videos, Justin politely asks his audience not to show up at his house. Apparently, folks like him so much that they just want to come by and say hey. While that might be innocent enough, it's not appropriate, and Justin explains that with a lot of tact and humor. He also makes mention of having to call law enforcement as well. Now, I'm sure of roughly the 12 million people that follow him, a few of them are really bad eggs. Some have ill intent for him and his family, and at the end of the day, he has to protect his family. He then goes on to explain that he's happy to take pictures with people and sign stuff when he's in public, but showing up at his house is off limits. You and I understand that, but apparently not everybody does. And it's odd that he has to say it this way, but apparently this happens to him frequently. No one thinks that it's going to happen to them until it does. I'm sure Justin just wants to make people laugh, make a few bucks, and enjoy retirement. I don't know if in his wildest dreams he thought he'd have 1 million followers, let alone 12. He just kind of stumbled into this and made it work, all while still serving in the military and being a husband and father. The fame and the attention he's gotten, I'm sure, grew faster than he knew what to do with it. And that's where trending in the public eye can have some consequences, like people showing up at your house or using your likeness in scams. When anyone posts online, there is a trove of data that can potentially be collected, not just for influencers, but for the average person too. This data can be used to find out where people are in real time, where they live, and where they might go next. The patterns of posting also tell us what gym you use, what your favorite coffee spot is, and when you're home for the day. The details of your workplace, school, and favorite ice cream spots can be determined from what you post. And of course, when we check in at locations and tag ourselves at live events, this can lead people to know where we are and where we're not. And I'll talk more about that in a minute. Probably one of the worst outcomes that doesn't involve violence is when a stalker finds out your real name. From the clues where you post most often, they can triangulate where you live. Knowing where you live and your full name opens up tons of unsettling possibilities. They can buy your information from data broker sites like Been Verified or whitepages.com. Then they can get your address, phone number, workplace location, email address, list of relatives, property value, and a whole lot more. And you wonder why I use DeleteMe. I don't want my personal information on the internet that's for sale to whoever wants to buy it. And all of that is legal. It only becomes illegal when the stalker uses that information to harass or harm you. But then it's too late. So be proactive and let a company like DeleteMe help you gain some of your privacy back. So now that we have a better understanding of what's really at stake here, let's talk about some of the everyday precautions that we can take to make ourselves less vulnerable. The first thing that I suggest is turning off your tracking data and your location data in your phone's settings. Don't let the data from your location be embedded to any images or videos that you share. That way, nobody can analyze the data from a photo or video and find out exactly where the video was taken. Second, turn off location settings in your social media apps. Social media platforms are tracking your movements, so turn those off in the settings so that you aren't tempted to go check in or tag a location in real time when you're out in public. For platforms like Snapchat, there is still a Snap Map that you can search by location by posts from users. I still can't believe in 2025 that this exists, but it does. I just looked at it. Isn't that creepy? All you need to do is have your own Snapchat account and you can search this map to find who's posting where. And don't forget about LinkedIn either. Tons of information can be found about you there. While you want to put your best foot forward, LinkedIn may give away your workplace, your contacts, and your personal networks. A lot of us don't really think of LinkedIn as social media, but truly that's what it is. Even though it may be for professional stuff only, you still have to treat it like it's a social media platform. Next, use a method for posting called lag posting. This is when you share photos and videos of events and locations after you're done there. I've suggested this for a long time as a home security step. If you live in Colorado and you post a picture of your family at the beach, people will quickly figure out that you were not home, which marks your house as a target for burglary. If you want to share videos as they happen, please choose a group of close friends or family and then text those to that group so that you're not giving away your location publicly, but you still get the joy of sharing with friends and family. I also want you to change how you see your own posts. I want you to look at them from the viewpoint of a stalker. Where was the video taken? Who was in it? And what's in the background? I've seen a clip on CNN of an interview with a government official that had his passwords listed on the cabinet behind him on national television. These are the kind of things that you need to look at through the eyes of a criminal. Don't give away information that could be used against you, and that includes passwords. So now let's talk about our kids. If you're going to take pictures and videos of your kids, don't give away vital information about things like what school they go to. A few years ago, I had a friend of mine who was a local news anchor, and she posted her first day of school picture with her oldest daughter. Now, it was very sweet. They are standing in front of the school, and you can clearly see the name of the school in the photo. While this is a milestone moment for this family, it can also give bad guys key information about where she lives, when she'll be at that location, what her child looks like, and even that information can be used to create phone or phishing scams about the school. This also goes for those little signs that everybody used to hold up the first day of school that said, hey, what's my favorite color? What school am I going to? What's my teacher's name? All that sort of stuff. That's all valuable information that nobody else really needs to know about our kids. Another thing that I do on my personal social media accounts is I don't use my photo or my name in the account. On my personal X account, my profile picture is a football helmet. My name is just my initials, and my handle doesn't include my name either. This makes it harder for people to find you. So if you can anonymize your accounts, please do. And you can also make your accounts private as well. People spend a lot of time and energy watching your digital life. They will spend more time in your world than theirs. So you have to be careful about what parts of your life you let strangers see. And don't forget, you don't have to have millions of followers to be stalked on social media. And to be blunt, I want to make this point again. If you are a young woman online, the pressure is on you more. That is not fair, but it is reality. But I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. By changing your phone settings, your platform privacy settings, and looking at your content with an adversarial mindset, you can control what people know about you. And that's really what this is all about. Only share what you want people to know. You don't owe the personal details of your life to anyone. Your privacy is more valuable than your popularity. Well, this concludes another episode of the Secure Family Podcast. Thank you, friend, for listening. Take back your privacy and personal data with help from DeleteMe. Get 20% off our privacy plan when using the code DAD at checkout. DeleteMe is the official data removal service of the Secure Dad. Keep your kids safe while gaming with my ebook, Level Up. It's available to you right now at the link in the show notes. If you want to keep your devices safe from prying eyes, get a Faraday solution from Silent. Use the code TheSecureDad for 10% off at silent.com. That's SLNT.com. If you'd like to know more about the Secure Dad, join me on Instagram and TikTok. My username for both platforms is TheSecureDad. And of course, my website is available 24/7 at TheSecureDad.com. I'm Andy Murphy, reminding you to be careful of what you post on social media. While we do want it to be fun, there can be some unintended consequences.